line. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. Crank it up.
Greetings again from PTM Race TV studios here as we are live in Atlanta, Georgia for today's action showcase of the Race Safe Sports Memorabilia Truck Series of Go Racing League. It's another hot one here in Atlanta, and we're ready to get down to business here on PTM Racing TV. Hi again, everyone. I am the Crusader Christian Troyer, joining you guys once again here on the show. So we're getting ready to get down to the action, get down to the starting line here. We're getting the field drivers ready to go and set on for the pace today. Should be a wild one here, to say the least, as we're getting everybody, then some, ready for this. As currently the drivers prepare up for the battles at hand here. Currently dealing with some technical difficulties on our end here, unfortunately. Let's see if we can get this fixed. Supposed to be showing our grading order here, but unfortunately we're not having much luck here, so it may be just a second here. Not completely sure what's going on down there. Trying to click some stuff away here. Maybe we can get this fixed, hopefully. See if we can get this back up and running here. Hold on one moment. There we go, there we go. I got up and run. There it is. Alright, here we go. Start them on the pole, ladies and gentlemen. Here it will be Tyler Dahl on the outside, and the number 5, it will be Chad Coleman. Row number 2 is going to be the 02, Shane Wood, the outside, and the big 60s, John Hickman Jr. Row number 3 is the 7 of Scott Simley, and the outside, and the 6 is Mike Kelly. Row number 4 in the 87 will be Steve Ritter on the outside, and the 43, Sammy Harrell. Row number 5 is going to be Christoph Hall on the 44 on the outside. That will be the, actually that'll be the 41 of EJ O'Rourke, and then it'll be Christoph Hall on the 44. Row number 6 is Jeff Ryan, the 35 the outside, and the number 84 will be Anthony M. Calatani. Row number 7 is going to be piloted down by Jamie North, and the number 25 the outside, and the 42 is Dakota Kramer. Row number 8 and the 75 is Alan Wild, the outside, and that 39 is, or excuse me, the 38 will be Brian V. Macklin. For the 30s. I'm having a little time here today, guys. Row number 9 and the 27 is Randall Watkins, the outside, and the 8, Maurice Burnett. Row number 10 is the 14, Joey Catini, the outside, and the 01 is Cody Sturgill. Row number 11 is Jeff Ramsdale, the 97 on the outside, and the 48. It is Randy Coaching. Row number 12 will be the 11 Ron Holyfield, the outside, and the 67 is going to be Dejon Monte. Row number 13 will be the 99 Russell Ottaway, the outside, and that 25 will be Dwayne Woods. And then row 14 is Riley at second, 23, 99 Tommy Ryan. The 69 Dusty Burkhardt is in row 15 with the 93 of Bud Shearer. And then finally Richard Crane and David Scott rounding out your field today. Let's get the action underway. Green flag is out here in Atlanta. And if you're wondering, yes, this is the Super Speedway version. So this being the Super Speedway kind of style racetrack here, this is going to make drivers really wary and clear on how to manage their tires and manage themselves down on the track. Speed a very crucial part of this race, as much as staying out of trouble will be indeed. George Corman King, let's go Calatani, Ryan Spence, let's go Sammy in the 43. Love down there for two drivers and a lot of love from the guys here on the track, trying to go head to head right now, looking to keep their speeds up, looking to bring the power on display. Reeling them back down through the corners here, into the turns right at the moment. Up top, the 43 of Sammy Morrell trying to make a jump up to the front here as he throws a little bit of a block there on O'Rourke. O'Rourke pushing him left, pushing the game time here a little bit. Is every driver for themselves. Ritter getting a good drive surround as well, but he's going to be kind of stopped on the inside line while Harrell figures out some momentum on the inside, on the outside, looking in. 101 laps to the distance today. Oh no, trouble there right out the front straightaway. It's a pile up in the front stretch. No, oh my. This was the concern. This is what we worry about. And a multiple collision course here for every driver involved. There may be a few words exchanged down there in a minute, but unfortunately, that's part of the deal. Take a look and see. It looks like a big bump there from the 41 of O'Rourke. Looks like Alzani getting out of there in time. Harrell getting a couple of licks, nicks, and ticks in there. And everybody else is trying to avoid and get out of there, but it was too little too late. What a massive hit there. Oh my goodness, that was a pile up and a half right there. Couldn't quite get a very good camera angle of that, but you can see just where everyone else piled in. About 7 or 8 of them destroyed. Macklin out of the race. Petzels, Gotina out of the race. So that will set the field back a few ways here. And again, I don't think a lot of drivers were too hyped about having to take on the Atlanta Super Speedway package again. But I mean, that is part of the raw deal you face when you're racing out here. You got to go at it head to head and try to make your move and try to make your marks here. Yeah, there's one thing I'll say too about this race going in is that you never really know when and where the craziness or the action will intertwine here on the Speedway. So much can go down, and so much can really bring to the table here. It really hinders the mind, hinders the thoughts, and makes them really think carefully about when and where they make their moves. I do apologize for the timing sheets kind of going all over the place here. Currently we're working out some bugs on our end here. I'm not totally sure why it's doing that, but I think this race may be cursed again. Thankfully, I believe the internet at least has been taken care of. It's just something on our timing sheets here. Bobby Skinner is coming on board. He has delivered the famous line, Talking Giants versus the world. Well, you're going to be against the world right now, because after that little hit there that the 43 SMRL just took, right now the entire world was out to get a lot of drivers there, and including the boy in the Talking Giants, the 84 Calatani. Those that were right behind him absolutely had to try to just back out or get away from it. They knew it was coming, and the madness kind of struck big time there. A lot of drivers with damage on their trucks, or just purely with problems out of the get-go. They're trying to hopefully stay out of any more issues, including that 35 back there of Jeff Ryan. See what happens here. Coming on down yet again here to the green flag race start zone. We're back underway. Reeling them right off of the planes here. Better restart. A lot of drivers trying to scatter around. Looks like some of them don't exactly want to go to the front just yet. One of which is Ron Holyfield, the 11. Doesn't quite get off to a huge start, didn't quite get off to a big speed and power, but he stays low and lays out from controls. James Skinner now joins in as well. He's still on Talking Giants with the world as well on our comment section. Great to hear from you all here joining on today. The power, the intensity, and the cunning reflexes these drivers right now, just trying to make their moves and make their marks present here. Chad Coleman, your race leader. With John Hickman Jr. pilot on the outside right now. The number 6, Mike Kelly, trying to stay in control and looking to reel him on down across the plains. These laps will get harder and harder to really narrow down in man's. Lap 20 will be the stage break for the first stage. Lap 45 on the second one. And then from there, well, I think you guys kind of know the rest by now. We just let them loose and see who the heck can get out of the top of this one. I think I've once said about Atlanta Motor Speedway, the Super Speedway package being just whoever can hang on the longest, and whoever doesn't get trapped the longest would win the race. And Christoph Hall almost causing another little pile up there, but he managed to hang on. Great save by the 44. As you see, a 31 of David Pencil Scott down in pit road right now. I think he's really about to call this one a day. That he just wants to stay out of the way of the drivers and hope for the best here. Up to the top side, out of the front here, Chad Coleman trying to hold on as they reel him right off through turn number 2. Coleman, Hickman Jr., Dalton, Kelly right now piloting the trash and trying to pilot up the pass. A very tall order right now, having to look at being on the outside line, then being on the inside line. Again, the inside line, the advantage you're going to get is you can take the corners a lot more smoothly, and you can hang on to those turns a lot better versus being on the outside where those tires take a lot more of a beat down here. Next Gen Cup Series work okay for what it's worth here. That kind of racing ordeal, but the Truck Series, Xfinity, and everything else in between to me has, in my opinion, been kind of, for lack of a better word, kind of lackluster. Been a little bit more chaotic, a little more troublesome, I would think, than really the next gens have been, which is kind of surprising because we always talk about how tough those next gen cars are to handle. And here we are kind of watching this one go on down. Gonna bring it around the back of the pack here. Christoph Hall kind of transferred to the Shadow Realm, and he's with Charles Van Schaik in front of him. Being in front of him in this case, I should say, as the rest of the field tries to hold on down the line here. Russell Ottaway in the 89 trying to look for a bit of a break or a little bit of a chance here to prove his worth in his mind. They're going to go 3 wide and there with lap traffic in front of them. That's Cody Sturgill and the 07 Dejan Monte. They'll stay on the outside and out of the way there for the most part as the rest of the field continues to clamber back. The field earlier on, Ron Holyfield, if you will, kind of laying back low with this entire group behind him. But now, all of a sudden, just like that, they are putting them right back together. I think, honestly, with the biggest troublesome part about this kind of racing ordeal, this kind of speed, this kind of power, is point blank, there is not a lot of breathing room and not a lot of openings there to get control. There you go, 3 wide yet again here. Mike Kelly right in the mix of it. He's nicking right there with EJ O'Rourke. Oh man, this guy is going to try to push his luck again. He's going for broke. He's going for it all. Trying to take it down to the line, take it down the line. He manages to make it through. Very tight little entry and very tough little opening to be put into. But at the same time, if you can go for it, you can make it properly, you might as well try it. Running down, final laps here, stage number 1. Hickman Jr. trying to keep the spot away from Coleman. O'Rourke right now trying to push his luck. Trying to push the edge of the fine limits that comes with it. Down off the back straightaway here. Slight advance there to Coleman. Again, no surprise. Coleman looking for it. He's going to get one more good lap to prove it. Not holding back, not holding down anything on Hickman Jr. though. Hickman is still right there with him. Somebody's going to take advantage here, and someone's going to get this stage break win. O'Rourke pushing hard. Kelly trying to get something going too. They'll line him back down. Hickman Jr. and Coleman. It's our drag race to the line, coming on down through turn number 4 to the finish line. It's going to be Hickman Jr. taking the caution away. A great run there at the very end there for John Hickman Jr. Secures himself the stage win. And stage number 1 will go to him. And his team definitely needing some stage points after the season they've been having. Not the usual MO for him, honestly. We've seen him really bring the power and speed to the table before. But he's got a lot of work to do right now and a lot more to field in this race. Of course, we can't count out the guy that has really been on a mission to dominate all and take everything home. Tyler Dalton is staying in the top 5 yet again and laying low for the moment anyway. I have a hunch, so that may not last very long. Driver's going to head to the pit road. We'll see how the pit stops come forth here. Stage number 2 about to set sail here. Pretty crazy little start there for these drivers. A lot of hard racing in between, a lot of mix-ups in the rest of the race. Everybody putting on a good little showcase, though, and making sure they kept themselves honest to themselves, at the same time pushing the fine line and the limits. Coming from pit road here, it looks like we're going to see Woods stay out of pit road. Alan Wild also much of the same. So coming from pit road stops here, looks like it's going to be Coleman, O'Rourke, Hickman Jr., Dalton, Kelly, and Ramsell. So that will be the set there. A very interesting little pit stop there for these drivers. Double them up yet again. Doy Woods deciding to stay out. About to let him loose yet again, race fans. Doy Woods in the Denver Mattress 28. Going to be with the wild man himself, Alan Wild, on the outside. Ready to flank the speeds and ready to flank the drivers into the level. My question remains, though, is who will be able to last out this entire race. This is not a one and done. This isn't something you can just get in one lap. You've got to be focused and taking care of yourself as much as you're taking care of your equipment throughout the entirety of this maddening situation. Coming on down around off of turn number 4, back to the green flag we go. We're back underway. Well, it's safe to say restart's a very crucial part of this race. And there is no surprise there whatsoever how they handled that one out of the gate. Oh my! A huge wreck off the back straightaway! Oh my! Oh, are you kidding me? Oh my goodness! A massive, massive pile up. I was almost the entire field in that one. Well, I saw Charles Van Schuyck look like he went for the ride of his life, and the story goes, Atlanta Motor Speedway is biting a lot of drivers right now. Oh my goodness. This was not what any driver wanted to see. We're going to the replay here. Let's watch carefully. 3 wide off. Coleman. Looks like the 25 right there. The 25. Look at this. Look at this rollover for Charles Van Schuyck. Oh my goodness. Oh my lord. Just a nasty collision there and a nasty rollover. O'Rourke getting completely destroyed there on that front, taking a big nasty little tumble. Oh my goodness. I don't even know if we're going to be able to get any drivers to finish this race out before this is over with. This is a nasty, nasty little situation to see here. The 25 just barely coming up on him too. There you go. There's the wreck again. Oh my god. Oh, tire John. Oh my. He just kept banished to shadow realm. He got completely obliterated to the shadow realm there. That was a, oh my goodness. Oh. one more look at it. There's a 3 wide again. There's O'Rourke. There's a 3 wide. You see 25 go up a little bit, kits him. And the M. Calatani there. Oh, man. Russell Ottaway. Steve Ritter got some of that. Ryan again. Jeff Ryan, the 35. Oh my gosh. Man, I don't even know what to think. O'Rourke is calling it a day. He is parking the truck as we're about to come back on. He literally just parked it over down in turn number 2 there off the exit. So he is done. He is done. Wow. This is the field that's in pit road right now, guys. That is absolutely insane to me. That many drivers just got completely taken out of this race. Unbelievable. I am stunned right now. This is unbelievable, to say the least. I can only imagine as a driver now what on earth you're feeling. Some of them trying to play it smart, trying to stay low and stay out of the way of this, and then some literally just getting completely overturned and just getting themselves thrown into such a nasty, nasty situation. Antonio Trezza coming on board. Thanks, Antonio, for tuning us on here. Ryan Cook says as well, come on board here. Who's trying to root on his number 43. Wish he was running with his teammates today. Well, we appreciate you coming on board today here, sir. And for Samuel Orell, he's already been in one little nasty tumble. And yet somehow that 43 is actually a lot cleaner than most of the other drivers in this one. He's still searching for win number 1 today too, so maybe that was a bit of an omen to give him some luck here. Who knows? Antonio trying to say in the comments section, you turn right on the left turn. I mean, the biggest problem here is, again, we have to kind of remember the airflow and the speeds these drivers are facing up against. They're a lot harder to handle, a little bit more difficult to control. I do agree, though, that Jimmy could have probably kept the truck a little bit more down on the track there on the bottom. I think it was just a mental error there and really just ended up driving right up at him. So I think that's honestly the biggest dilemma he's going to have to face. He's going to have to look himself on that one. But I mean, you either learn from these mistakes or you don't learn and you become worse than you were already. So, I don't know. We'll have to see how he's doing. Ryan, give me 1 second on that. I'll answer your question as we're about to bring him back to the green flag here. The Race Safe Sports Memorabilia restart zone. We started with 32. We've only got 14 on the lead lap. Green flag is out. This is now a battle of survival. So the 44 right now here, Christoph Hall there. Cook, he currently is in pit road. I'm reading my numbers right here. Nope, he's not in pit road. Excuse me, he's right actually in front of us here. Sorry about that. So he's okay. He's in 6th right now. He's currently outside looking in here, trying to get some momentum carried over. The 89 of Ottaway is for sure out. The 8 of Maurice Burnett, he's hanging in the top 10 right now, still on the lead lap. He's in 9th right now. The 42, Dakota Kramer, he's out. Yeah, he got knocked out pretty quick here in this one. And then the 01, Cody Sturgill, unfortunately as well, got kind of knocked out earlier on, so he's done. Antonio, yep, they are all running the same setups, I believe, on their trucks here. So whatever the setup may be, I'm pretty assuming that would be just the usual Atlanta Motor Speedway 2022 edition. Doy was the 28, making a good little run off on the outside, trying to keep the 60 of John Hickman Jr. behind as the rest of the field trying to cave them in. All I can say is really is just what can best be described as kind of just a completely chaotic and uncontrollable situation. And now probably smartened a few drivers up a bit. Made them realize they cannot keep playing this game forever. They've got to start controlling themselves and racing it out when they can. I think that's the biggest problem right now they're facing, in all honesty. So, 2 major wrecks, more than half the field racked out. We're not even halfway done yet. That just shows you how crazy the Landmore Speedway can handle this place sometimes. I don't know, in some ways, have we gone too far into the abyss of super speedways? Have we gone too far in pushing the limits of what trucks Xfinity Cup Series can do? In terms of not becoming a complete demolition derby, I don't know. It's kind of hard to say here. Ryan Cook saying, dang, all my teammates except the 43 and the 8 and the 44 involved in the situation. Yeah. I mean, I really think honestly that there really is nothing they can do. I mean, what else are they going to be able to do? A little bit of a run there on the number 27, Jay Randall Watkins. I think the first time we've seen him all season. Doing a pretty good job right now, kind of keeping up with the damage he's got unsuffered on the left side of that truck, but unfortunately, he seems to be slowing him down a little bit too. Sammy Orell trying to push him back to life and get him back up to that back. I don't know though, Sammy. I think honestly at this point, I probably would lay low. Don't try to do too many crazy things. You got too long of a race and a lot more to worry about than I think anyone else really has to cater to. If I was him, I'd really focus on just trying to maintain control of the truck and hope that nobody else figures it out before you do. Chad Coleman, the adrenaline shock, number 5 right now, trying to get a run there with John Hemke Jr. in front of him, while Doy Woods continues to hold off everybody in between by using the outside line as leverage. Gonna stack him up a little bit here. Watch out down off that turn. Oh my, that could have been bad. 3 wide off there. You saw Pencil Scott getting out there. Dijon Monte. Oh my goodness, nearly catches all of them there. I couldn't even imagine what would happen if they actually got into that. Hugman and Woods, man, what a save there by both drivers, maneuvering right through that pack and into that position. Tough little stall and call there. The spotters yelling almost right through their eardrums to make sure they heard them. That got nasty. Well, Cody is out of the truck right now, and he's now with us here in the comment section. It's good to hear you down there, Kramer. Hope glad you're at least okay after that nasty little tumble there. Running down with 7 laps remaining here. 7 laps to go before the stage caution. Look at Hickman Jr. now parking him on the outside. He's trying, he's pushing, he's huffing, he's puffing, he's blowing some smoke, and he's trying to get right ahead of that Denver mattress machine. The Furniture Row trying to hold it in. And he's going to get it right there. Oh, he get a little loose there. Coleman pushing him around a little bit. Gotta back out. That's a bad spot to be at, honestly. If I'm going to be pushing, I'm not doing anything in those turns. I'd only do it in the straightaways there. The 5 right now, leading him down. Ramsdell just trying to get some laps put on the track. Line him on down the back straightaway here, and it's down Dory Woods right back up top. This guy just does not know when to give up, I'm telling you guys. This Denver match was 28. It just continues to outmaneuver and outperform on the outside. Nobody else been able to try to figure out how to get it to him there. Coleman somewhat getting it figured out by just simply driving on that bottom lane as quick as he can. Last traffic yet again, and this could get bad here. They keep having to run through this stuff. Bound for the lead like this, you really have to watch out. Field going up top side. Trying to stay out of the way. That's going to be a bad spot, though. That exit of turn 4 is a very sharp angled little corner. Keep it smooth, everybody. Staying well aware. Good driving by lap traffic and good maneuvering by the leaders. Just no room for error. Again, you're just really breathing. Probably a little heavier, trying to keep yourself under control. And at the same time, hoping and praying nothing goes wrong. Coleman right now trying to keep Woods behind him. But you can see Woods getting a slight advantage off the exits. Coleman seemingly getting it figured out on the front straightaway, though. 2 more laps remain. Can he hang on? Going back underneath the bottom lane there. You can see Woods, though. Look at that power on the outside, guys. That is a lot of run. That's a lot of momentum. He's trying to get a little bit more from Hickman Jr. I think he's trying to go to the bottom lane as soon as he gets that runoff. 2 more laps to go here as we now bring you to the stage break. Here's stage number 2's white flag. The green checkered flag coming up this time around here. Oh, no, it's not. He's around. Christoph Hall wrecked out. Chad Coleman will take the stage win, but unfortunately, yet again, more drivers had it to the hit list and into the pile-up zone. We're going to go ahead and take a look at this one here one more time here. Christoph Hall came up, then down, and then, oh yeah, there you go. Looked like Randall Watkins there kind of caved him in. It looked like Hall was trying to stay away from getting too close to Comfort. And instead he finds himself literally in the worst possible position in that 3 wide salute. See Shannon Wood holding his line down, trying to keep Hall behind him. Wouldn't want to let him pass like we saw O'Rourke earlier. And O'Rourke again earlier on did the same thing, but later on it seemed like he got kind of got bit later on there. Whether it was the Racing Lords or it was a bit of karma, you guys be the deciders on that one. I think honestly it's this track just telling these drivers, don't try to push your luck and don't try to push yourself to the front unless you know for sure you know what you're doing. I think that's going to be the tough deal though for these drivers because again, they usually don't like that kind of ideas. Certainly I don't. As a driver, I just want to try to push this thing as fast and as hard as I can, go for the win. That's my goal every time I come out here. But I think right now this Super Speedway package is changing their minds a little bit here. From pit road, Coleman, Woods, Wild, and Hickman Jr. and Wood are going to be your top 5 out of pit road. Christoph Hall down in the 44, probably trying to get some damage cleaned up. You see the damage suffered on some of these other drivers there. O'Rourke, man, big, nasty wreck there, unfortunately, for him and his team. So yeah, here we go. At this point, they're going to double file them up, and I think these drivers are probably thinking the same thing that truck is. They want to try to not only get the win, but they want to just try and survive. Well, 12 drivers on the lead lap. We lost 2. Randall Watkins and Christoph Hall. Well, I take that back. Christoph Hall actually is back on the track, so it looks like he's going to survive. It looks like, I think we might have lost Jimmy North in that one. One of them down there, I'm not totally sure, but I do know one thing's for sure. We're going back to the green flag. Here we go. Final stage now for the Race 6 Sports Memorabilia Truck Series. What can happen next? At this point, I don't even know. Feel the roar, feel the wrath of these bad boys just taking it on down to the track and looking for any kind of momentum they can gather. This being a 56 lap final end for the point though, this is where early strategies now become fuel strategies. Pinpoint your moves and make your calls at the right time. Ramsdale's still trying to at least stay somewhat relatively on the lead lap marker. He's already lost a lot of laps, so at this point he's just trying to get something back from it and just kind of staying below that bottom lane. At this point, the way things have been going, though, I don't even think any lane is safe at this point. I certainly hope drivers aren't too crazy to go below that line in the first place. I don't think that's a passing opportunity. Plus, I don't think that should even be a viable opportunity to make any moves. Going down around the corners, though, you can see Hickman Jr. still trying to play a little bit of a game of that checkers and chess. I say checkers because really it's only 2 lanes for 2 oppositions. The chess pieces are whoever can hang on. Antonio Trezza says 9 out of 32 left fighting for the win. They are indeed. All the others, well, they're somewhere around here. At this point, I think whoever is just surviving out at this point just wants to try to hope for a break or hope for a little bit of some help to maybe get back into this race. But this is where the lead pack is. This is where the lead stack comes from. A lot of big names in there still, like Ron Holyfield, Sammy Horrell, Mike Kelly, Christoph Hall, Shannon Wood, Alan Wild, John Hickman Jr., Doy Woods, Chad Coleman, all in this line. And if memory serves me, I don't think any of these 9 drivers have been to victory lane other than Ron Holyfield in the Cup Series. Ron, ironically enough, too, may I add, only got that win because he also got that one win, I should say, on this very same track. His only win he's got was on this track here at Lamar Speedway, the Super Speedway package. You have a Pencil Scott there, going to get on the bottom lane. He's going to try to get out of the way of these drivers. Doesn't want to try to ruin their run or try to ruin their momentum. Good, clean move. I think right now, at this point, honestly, just being able to linger around and have to put up the pressure like this, I think that's really what kind of sends the rest of the bar high on this case and occasion. Steve Ritter there getting out of the way. 3 wide again. Oh my goodness. Every time we go 3 wide, I just hold my breath a little bit. Coleman right now, though, I mean, the biggest thing I'm telling you guys, he's keeping so much pressure on himself. Hoping maybe to catch, maybe to keep a little bit more momentum and a little bit more run here off of the distance in the playing fields. Every driver for themselves. It says 11 or 60. Bring home the win. In my opinion, their trucks are a good top, bottom, middle. I'd say right now, honestly, the best place to be is really just that bottom lane for the moment. But when we get about to 20 laps to go, look for drivers to be starting to choose the outside line a little bit more, looking to get a little bit more of a run up there. I feel as though that if you can make a move up there and even get charged, that's going to be where your power lies. That's time to kick it up a notch here, Raceville, and let's crank it up here on Feature Race TV. Well, to say that could have been nasty is an understatement there. Good little save there by the drivers. You saw one of them going up into the wall protection, everyone trying to hang on. Antonio is saying I'm sitting back on that 11 at Holyfield. I don't know about that. I literally put the camera on him for a reason. Producers like what they see too. Although best looking paint scheme out there, I don't know about that one. I may be a little biased, but I like that adrenaline shock and I like that little NOS energy drink style scheme. And also, I'm probably gonna get a little hate for this, but I do like that Guns N' Roses style on there. I've never been a huge Guns N' Roses fan, by the way, so don't criticize me on this one. Tyler Dalton says, well, at least it went out in spectacular fashion. Tyler, we do appreciate you at least coming on board here, sir. Tough break there, unfortunately, and I'm getting derailed here. But hey, there is one thing you can say. At least you got the first win in the plate track end back at Daytona with the Cup Series. It's not something I can't even say, honestly. I don't even have a win. I don't have a win in the Cup Series at Daytona. The only thing I've got to pick up Cup truck race there win. Traffic yet again, gonna get in the way. We'll see how the drivers handle this one. Well, it looks like they're starting to stretch out just a little bit here. Starting to get a little bit more edged up. Here comes the maneuvering. Some having to get out of the way. Some just trying to stay right where they're at. Through the field and through the paces. Gonna gap right in the middle there. Big move from Christoph Hall. The 44 trying to gap through the entire run there. And then get some speed back up to that front back there. Big momentum boost and a lot of gaining ground. Dusty Burke on the outside here. Christoph Hall trying to make a move there. Christoph with the 44. Christoph Hall, both drivers keeping their tempo, keeping their taste. Now on to lap 69. That top 5 driver set right now looks to be the field that is currently going to be the ones to watch out for. 6 of them remain to get to the lead and get to the front. Trying to hold on. This is exactly what Holyfield did last time too. Remind you, we got into a pit stop and got into a cycle and managed to swing it through. The driver is definitely trying to maintain control, trying to maintain the distance here. The pressure mounting. Pendle Scott back on the bottom, trying to get out of the way. Double filed in yet again. No driver is safe. So much chaos and intriguing momentum just lingering around with these fields and these paces. Coming up on the outside now, Dory Wood staying on the bottom. Oh no, 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 no! Oh no, no! Oh my! John Higman Jr. is trapped on the wall protection, and the 60th day comes to a swift and sudden end yet again. And Ron Holyfield, the 11, getting trapped up in that mess. John Higman Jr. trying desperately to get that truck out of there, but it's stuck in there and it's not coming out. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What happened this time? Let's see if we can take a look here. I think Holyfield may have given a little tap here in the back. I gave a tap there to Christoph Hall. Looks like the truck may have just got a little too swayed up, and then that unfortunate situation. Oh my goodness. Well, more drivers continue to come and go. See how tight they have to run them too, and again just that little slip up. Holyfield wasn't expecting it. Higman Jr. neither as well. And Holyfield took a nasty little whack there in the 11. Definitely going to have to look at repairs, as he will suffer the EOL penalty for that one. It's fair, though, to say I think he honestly kind of had that one there, unfortunately. Gotta take what we gotta give, and honestly, you can't take too much and not have to receive it back at you. So now, I think we're only down to 6 drivers on the lead lap here. Shannon Wood and Scott Simley, though, they are trying to get some damage cleaned up. John Hickman Jr., the 60 getting into pit road there. They got him towed out of there, but unfortunately, I don't think he'll be coming out anytime soon. Well, looks like Shannon will get it out in time. Now can Simley get it out? He's trying to hurry. He's got to hurry here. I think he might get to put a lap down. Yeah, he's going to get put a lap down. Oh, no, wait. Hold on a minute. I take it back. Nope, he will not. He's going to stay on the lead lap. He just got a little bit of damage cleaned up, so we'll have 8 for sure left in this race on the lead lap. We went from 32 to then about 26, 28 to then about 17 or 18. So then I think we're down about 14, and then down to 12, and now to 8. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Another restart coming up. Laps winding down, and the field starting to really dwindle down. What will happen here? We're about to find out. Green flag back in the air. Really, where else do you go from here, and where else can you see happening from here? So much on the line, so much to attempt here. Dyer Dalton was saying earlier, it looked like Ron got loose on entry. Had that happen a few times in practice, catches you off guard if you aren't ready for it. I think that's kind of what I was talking about earlier with that exit there with the 25 that caused that big wreck too. Some of these things you're just not ready for, but you don't expect them to happen. And then once they do happen, it's completely just blindsides you, and then you're trying to figure out what to go from there. It's a nasty little equation. You just got to keep writing off in the back of your mind, the back of your head, just thinking, okay, if I put A and Z together, what will end up being my result? And that's what these drivers are just constantly trying to figure out. Unfortunately, though, the kind of race like this, you really don't know what to expect. 23 laps remaining right now, and Chad Coleman, Doy Woods, honestly, two guys that have desperately been trying so close yet so far to get to victory lane. Coleman especially. Sammy Geraldo as well. He's a guy that you cannot sleep on. He's had multiple runner-ups this season. Can the time finally be had for the 43 Guns N' Roses to chip to victory lane? Christoph Hall has not been to victory lane in so many seasons and so many races. Could he finally figure it out? This really all boils down to one thing. Who has the Maple Moxie and who has the power to hang on, to stay in control of their own thoughts, their emotions, and destiny here to win this race outright? That's really what the big question hinders on for any driver right now, still on that lead lap and still in this pack. But sure, the 93 NVIDIA machine looks like he's just trying to stay somewhat relatively ahead of the cushion here. He's got a lot of laps left off though. And he'll have enough time to catch Jeff Ramsdale and put him in the 21st spot. But honestly, at this point, I don't know if Shearer's even really going to have much of a chance here to get anything else other than maybe just a few extra little positions. Antonio says the way they're getting loose when they fight for positions, there's at least 2 wrecks left. Well, I would not say for certain there are 2 more wrecks left. I don't think that's on our bingo card here. What I personally think is that we could be looking at a very strategic final leg of the race here. Hinders on one thing. Do the drivers learn their lesson, and have they figured out how to hang on? Packing them off, 18 laps remain. The clock is ticking. Remember what I said earlier. When we get to about 20 laps on the horizon, that could change the pace. That could change things up all which way to Sunday. I think we're getting there, and I think honestly we're going to be heading closer to it. Running him down off that back straightaway here. Timing and pressure is everything here. Mike Kelly on the outside, looking with the 0-2 Shannon Wood. Now Wildman Wild, also a contender here. And remember, he hasn't been to victory lane yet. He'd love to change that here. If I'm Chad Coleman right now, though, my first thought is simple. Just block the heck out of any run, any position that dares trying to take your spot and take your lane. Randall Watkins there on the bottom lane trying to stay out of trouble. Doy Woods has been hammering the outside line though when he gets it going in the Denver Mattress 28. I almost guarantee it right now is just patiently waiting for his time, waiting for his move. Each lap that continues to fade away means each lap that these drivers continue to just think more and more about what to do, where to go. The rest of your field right now, just currently, as you see on your screen, just trying to stay out of trouble and trying to hang on. Got simply about 16 seconds back of the main leaders themselves. And look at the outside, that's what I was talking about. Mike Kelly puts the TSN service for Shane on the outside, trying to bind his way in. Got some help with the Real Tree 0-2 Shannon Wood. But again, the draft is not there yet. He doesn't have enough drivers to go with it. But the bottom lane sticking to their guns, sticking to their momentum. I think it's very telling. Oh, but I also think it's very telling. Drivers maneuvering around a little bit with less traffic in the way again. You just can't escape it. There's no way around it. You just gotta hope for the best and just stay out of trouble. If it's even possible anyway. DJ O'Rourke somehow, some way, has a truck still working. And I don't know if he's coming out to try to have a little fun or what he's up to, but he certainly will not hold back. If at all possible, he can. Across that front straightaway here right now. Coleman trying to hang on. Woods right in the mix. Sammy Orell, Christoph Hall, Alan Weil. Every driver for themselves. Just hoping for some block. Hoping for some breaks. Hoping to just catch any kind of chance they can get. $11 laps remain. Time running out. Now with the final 10 laps, you know all bets are off. The gloves are coming off. The speed and the power is getting ramped up to new heights. Through the corners down below, to the tips above, to the heavens above as well. Woods and Coleman right now just being very, very careful not to step on the other's toes. A little bit of maneuvering, but push around there, Shannon Wood. Getting Kelly a little bit loose. He was getting wrapped up a little bit down there. He's got to be careful. Can't get too overcompensated just yet. You still have time left to go. Doy Woods right now knows what he must do. He's got to keep himself lined up with Coleman. Watch for Harrell. Watch for his maneuvering. One wrong move spells trouble. He's aware of that, and he's just trying to keep everything in his mind clean as a whistle, fresh as can be. Don't try to overdo it. Don't try to oversell it. Let the position run your way through. 6 laps left to go. Coleman has led a good chunk of this race. He's hanged on for so long and keeping the pressure on. All he can do is just think, hope, and pray that he has got this one wrapped up finally. So many times, so many chances. He knows what is at stake. He knows what's on the line. Doy Woods, though, is this the only chance? Is this his only opportunity to finally get it going? With a field that's packed up and stacked and hungry as they want victory lane. It's about to get heavy around here, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. Alan Wild on the outside trying to get drivers to come with him. He's trying to hope for some help from Wood. He's trying to build the speed there. 5 turns to 4 to go. Your top 5 on your screen. Coleman trying to linger the 28 right low of them, just trying to keep him somewhat settled in. Getting word as well, just from our boy down there, Tyler Dalton. Chad is actually Doy's teammate. Doy is him or teammates here. Does he stay with him or go for the win? If I'm Doy, I mean, I respect and I probably love my team as much as anything, but you're running this kind of race unless you absolutely have nothing left, to lose. I'd go for it, honestly. I wouldn't hold back. I'd try to make that move and make that mark. I mean, if Doy stays behind Coleman, this will be a big win for him for sure, but there's a bigger problem right in front of him. Look at the traffic in front here. That's a stack up right there, boys. This could get interesting. That's a huge stack up. There's two of them now going for the run down to the inside. 2 laps remain here. This could get interesting. Oh, one in the wall there. I think that might be Burkhardt. Yes, it is. Stays out of trouble. Down through the edges. Samuel trying to build one big run. Looking for one big move. A big draft up front, out ahead. They're going to get out of the way. Doy Woods trying to hold that down there. Coleman looking for one more big run off there. Trying to keep everybody behind. Doy stays behind him. Chad, though, getting a little bit aggressive. Getting caught up on the white flag lap here. That apron shot kind of knocked him down a bit there. He's just trying to hang on a little bit. Harrell trying to get one more big run off him. Looking for the opening. Looking for a chance. Anything that can help. Mike Kelly on the outside. He's pushing his luck. He's pushing his limits. Trying to see if he can bring something to the table. Off to the final 2 corners. They're lined up. The draft is set. Will Doy go to the outside to make the move on Coleman? He's got to do it now. He will not. He's looking to the inside, trying to go for the final run. And Chad Coleman will finally get it done here on PT Racing TV. He returns to victory lane. So many times he's been a runner-up this season, from Cup to trucks. This time, the shoe is on the other foot. Adrenaline Shock number 5, Ford F-150 at Chad Coleman brings it back to victory lane. After a long, tumultuous wait, the 5 is back on top. This one might be a while for the burnouts. I think he maybe burned this place into the ground if he got his way with it. What a win. What a win here for the 5 of Chad Coleman. Here is your final results on your screen. This one could best be described as just survival. Who can survive? Who can hang on? And who is even going to be able to hang on? Chad Coleman gets a big break. Doy Woods deciding to work with him to the very end. A true teammate to the end, I'll give him that. Samuel Harrell, though, once again, another podium, but no gold to show for it. A bronze yet again for him. Christoph Hall, probably his best finish of the season so far, going 4th. Alan Wild taking on the top 5. Mike Kelly goes 6th. Shannon Woods 7th. Scott Simley taking 8th. 9th to Jimmy North. And Dusty Burkhardt, solid top 10 end for him. The rest of your finishers are on your screen now, ladies and gentlemen. And my, has it been a day here. These drivers gave their hearts, gave their souls up, and as I've always said before, sometimes even the Reaper has his way with these tracks. And a lot of drivers lost out on a lot of race positioning as well as just overall finishes, just by simply driving way over their heads, maybe in some cases, and others just getting trapped in the moment. Ladies and gentlemen, your top 3 now on our screen here. Sammy Harrell joins us here, and yet again, Sammy, a 3rd place finish, and a tough call there for you. I mean, that one had to have been a little hard to get through there at the very end, sir.
Yeah, I just didn't have the aero. I only had 1,280 RPM, so from that first wreck.
from that first wreck and that first situation. I know that damage really had suffered you there first. I mean, you literally were you were the first one to get trapped in it, yet somehow still coming away here in third. I mean, it's still got to somewhat be a little bit rewarding as it is for what this race is.
It is, because to tell you the truth, I told my teammates I just about disconnected. I was over it. I've been gone 8 days. I was just ready to close it down and be done, but I said, no, I'm going to stick it out.
Well,
And it paid off.
It did indeed pay off, Samuel. Well, nevertheless, we're glad you stuck around, made for quite an interesting little show. So, taking it home for third, who do you want to thank you for this one, bud?
Again, I want to just thank Goat for Charles for this great league that he puts on. I think we need to settle down a little bit as a group, as racers, and just slow down. Not slow down, but be more careful. But Charles puts a lot of work into this league, and all the admins, they do too. So, Goat and my teammates.
For sure there. All right. Well, nevertheless, though, we do appreciate you coming on board here. So, Samuel, congratulations taking this one home for third.
Thank you.
Samuel, a little disappointed in his end, but he will still bring home another podium, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of bringing home a podium here, Doy Woods bringing home a second place position. And Doy, man, this entire race, you had a lot on your plate, working with your teammates and also working with yourself. A couple times there, you had the lead and then kind of gave it out. This one at the very end, you stayed behind your teammate. I mean, what was going through your mind as you gave that one up there?
You know, the truck had a little bit of damage, and I was kind of loose out front. And Chad, you know, he had the fastest truck tonight, and so you know, it was like, hey, I just stay behind the fastest truck. My night will be just fine. And you know, that's what happened. And it was good to be a 1-2 finish. You know, we won together, and they had nothing for us. We had the fastest two trucks, man. I mean, they couldn't even get side by side. I mean, you know, what can I say? We got the most horsepower. We got everything. We the best.
We're the best indeed, and I know there was a lot of momentum and a lot of occasions where it just get a little crazier in between. Being for you and your team though, to bring home yet another podium and bring home a second place finish. I mean, I gotta believe at some point here you gotta be catching them breaks and really bringing home a chance to get to victory lane this time around, isn't it?
Oh yeah. I mean, you know, there's a lot of woulda, coulda, shouldas, but I got a lot of speed. You know, it's hard to win. You know, you can have speed and it's still hard to win, but definitely got the speed. And you know, hey, it's still early. I think you know, it's kind of good I'm not winning that much now because I don't want to wear everybody out. I mean, you know, everybody's got to feel like they got a shot at it, and I'm just getting warmed up. So by about mid-season, you know, I'll be starting running people off again.
All right, well, I think the call has been made and the challenge has been set there. So, nevertheless, though, for you and your team, I mean, who do you want to thank you for the second place finish today?
Well, of course, the guys back at the shop, they all know who they are. You know, Pedro, Chad, those two guys right there got a lot of experience, and they the best of the best of the best. And when them boys right there on your side, then that makes you one of the best. So I got to thank them and everybody else, you know, that makes this possible. You know, everybody, even the guys that don't like me. Hey, you know, it's okay not to like one another at times because sometimes that makes you drive just a little bit harder.
A little bit harder indeed. Well, nevertheless, Doy, congratulations bringing this one on home for a second place today.
Thank you, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, Doy Woods and the number 28 going to take it on home for second place and maybe a call out to the other drivers and let them know they're coming for him. But one driver that said he was coming for him all season and finally gets one out of his way, Chad Coleman, bringing home to victory lane here. And Chad, my, sir, you've been at this game for a while, and it's been a long time since we've seen you in victory lane. How's it feel to be back, buddy?
Yeah, it's always good to win a race. We right there we survived the carnage, and had a lot of help behind us with a buddy of mine with Doy. So worked out pretty good right there, then.
Worked out pretty good indeed. Now I know obviously there was a lot of legs and a lot of positioning to have to kind of keep up with and take control of. Just for the fact you were even able to hang on though and stay out of trouble, I mean, did that really in your mind kind of set as a win in of itself?
Yeah, man, there was a lot of people got tore up tonight. So I don't think we got to see as good of a race as we could have had. with that lap 24 caution right there. The lap 24 caution pretty much killed the field. So I don't think we got to see the race that we could have had, but we'll take it. Sometimes you just gotta be lucky.
Be lucky indeed. Well, nevertheless, though, for so long you have finally risen to the top of the mountain and you've got the victory. Who do you want to thank her for this one?
Yeah, I gotta thank Doy. He last couple laps he told me, he said I'll hang with you. I said sounds good to me. So he done exactly what he said he's gonna do. In that same situation, I don't know what I'd have done in that same situation. I would have probably had to have tried to make a move off of 4. Like once I figured out, we ain't gonna give up any spots by trying to make that move. But I don't know. So gotta thank Doy first and foremost, and thank everybody with Charles and everybody that puts on the league over here with the races, and thank you guys for broadcasting.
For sure there, Chad, man. Well earned and deserved. Congratulations. Finally getting this one off your hat there, sir.
Yeah, thanks, man.
Chad Coleman, ladies and gentlemen, going to bring it home to victory lane after many attempts and many chances. He finally puts one onto the books. Well, race fans, all about doing it for your coverage today. Thanks again to Race 6 Sports Memorabilia and you fans out there for sticking with us. This was a long one, but they stuck with us, and you stuck with us too. For that, we thank you. For now, we'll see you guys tomorrow night as we'll bring back Six Sigma Sim Racing Oval League. They'll head down towards the Monster Mile. We'll see you guys then. For now, be safe out there and take care of yourselves.